Hey everyone, welcome to Wednesday and another episode of Ken versus 10. I am Ken, and normally the 10 is my death pile that I am trying to beat down 10 listings at a time on the show, see how many I can sell before next week's show. And last week I kind of got beat up again, but I did have a couple of sales. I got two of the 10 sales, two of the 10 items I got sales on. But today we are having a special episode of Ken versus 10, and I have a guest with me. Now every week in the chat, everybody, it's always my cousin Susan that is in here, and the big question every week is, what is Susan having for lunch? So we're going to bring her on right now. There she is. Welcome,
Hello.
Susan. How are you
I'm
today?
good. I'm doing good. How are you?
That I'm great as always. You know, Ken, SSK promo, Mr. Bill, the DOG, El Luchador, all of that other stuff. I'm doing good. So we're gonna get right into this. We're gonna see if anybody pops into the chat here so they don't miss anything, because everybody wants to know what's Susan having for lunch. And there is my mother. My
Hi.
mother,
Hi, Aunt
Aunt
Judy.
Judy. Yes. They're watching right. Yeah, see, I point that way and it makes it point that way on the screen. They're actually right over there. Larry is here. Larry way out one. Hey, Ken and Susan. Melissa Osborne
Oh, that's my friend Melissa. Hi,
is
Melissa.
here. Oh,
We've been
I'm
friends since
clicking
first
on
grade.
Melissa. Welcome, Melissa. Good to have you here. Hopefully you enjoy the show today. Oh, let me get Larry's comment. How you doing, Larry? And the lovely and beautiful Nicole LaPresto is here. Hi, Susan and Ken. I can't spell. Hi, Susan. Susan. That was so. Susan, let's. I'll introduce you a little more here, and then we will find out what you're having for lunch, because we're gonna have lunch together today.
Yeah.
We're just gonna chat. We're gonna have lunch. We're gonna talk about whatever comes up. But so I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna make you big on the screen
Oh,
and
no.
introduce yourself. Here we go. Go. Wait, that was me.
That was
I
you.
was big on the. It's all about me, Susan. It's all about. Here we go. Ready? Go.
Hey, everybody. I'm Susan. I am Ken's cousin, and you may know me from as Susan Graham Allegheny Roots in the chat. And we do Allegheny Roots as a family, and I have a YouTube channel. But my full-time regular people job is a preschool teacher. So that's me. You can come back now, Ken.
I'm just going to leave you big on the screen the whole time, just the whole time.
Nobody wants to see that.
What I am going to do is I'm going to pin this message to the top. That is Susan's YouTube channel, Allegheny Roots. Tell us a little bit about what kind of content they might find, or what you do over on Allegheny Roots.
So I do a little bit of everything on our channel. Well, not everything, but you can see anything from funny animals that we find on vacation to me doing a crochet tutorial. But a lot of what I do is vlogs about crafting stuff, because that's what we do. We craft. My oldest sister, Alice, she does quilting, and she does oh my gosh, I just lost what the other embroidery on like towels and stuff. She has embroidery. Gotcha. She has an embroidery machine, and my oldest niece, Jennifer, Alice's daughter, does that with us too. She makes soap and shampoo bars and jewelry, and then I do all the crochet stuff. So
Okay, so
I do a lot of videos about, what we do there. So whether it's,
okay,
yarn hauls or
so
fabric hauls or shopping for our stuff.
so we are going to talk about that here in a little bit,
Mhm.
about like how you are a reseller, but a little bit different than the way that resell. Now, is that beautiful quilt behind you? I want to say hello to Amanda is here. Hey, hey, what's up, Amanda Fireball Flippers? Is that quilt behind you? Is that one that Alice did?
No, this quilt was actually made by my grandma, my maternal grandma. Um,
Okay,
she was a quilter. She made beautiful quilts. She made this quilt and gifted it to me um, when I was
very
about,
cool.
16 years old. I think she gave it to me. But that's where that's where this comes from, the crafting, the quilting, the crocheting. She did all of that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
Okay, and
So,
she was from the Allegheny area.
yeah,
The what is that? West Virginia? Is that where?
she was from West Virginia. My mom's from West Virginia. So
Yes. Oh yeah, and your mother. Shout out to Aunt Neva, who is probably watching right now.
I
I
hope
I assume
so.
you got her all set up
I
to
sent her
watch
the
the
link.
show.
I sent her the link,
Okay.
so she was going to try to just click on the link and be able to watch. So I
Well,
hope she made it.
hopefully
Hi, mom.
she is here. Yes. Hello to Aunt Neva. So that is pretty cool. So this is generational, down from grandmother started, and she's quilted for years, and you guys
Hmm.
kind of got that skill and that talent and kind of passed down, and now you're all kind of
Hmm.
carrying that on and doing your own quilting, your own crafting, and it's a family affair, and that's what I love. I did get to see. Now, Susan and I, we haven't seen. It's been about 6 months since I've saw you,
Hmm.
like in person,
Yeah.
and that was at a craft show that you guys were at, and um and that's the first time that we had connected in a long time. It's very cool
Hmm.
that through Facebook and through this YouTube channel and through Instagram and stuff, that we've been able to reconnect.
Yeah.
Not that there's like, anything on the outs with the family or whatever, just like we lost touch. So
Hmm.
Corey is here. Hey, Susan.
Hi, Corey.
Yes, the quote is very beautiful. And my mother says, if your mom and sisters are watching, hey, Neva and Alice, and everybody that's watching. Uh, Brian is here. Jack's Treasures. Hey, Corey, love your show about the bad yard sale behavior. Yeah, now they're just picking on me. I'm getting a bad rap. I'm getting a bad rap, Susan, as being a driveway parker
Yeah. Stop
at,
driving in and
at
stop parking in driveways.
it's not as bad as I like made it out to be. It was supposed to be like a goofy sort of a thing. I mean, if I went to, 500 yard sales, I probably parked in like two driveways, but nobody wants to hear about the 498, parallel parking on the street that I did. It's always fun to talk about the thing. So I'm getting beat up. Hey, Susan and breakdancing Judy. Um, it is where were we talking? So we are talking about the Allegheny Roots and stuff, but we need to get to, hey, there is Ray. Ray, stick around if you can. I know you're a busy guy, but a little bit later as we're eating lunch here. Okay, see these? Your ordinary, everyday garden variety nacho flavored Doritos, but in this box right here are, you're saying, Ken, those look like the same thing. I know you're all saying it, but these are, I can't even read the rest of the writing in it because it's all in Spanish. These are Mexican Doritos. These come from Mexico. I bought these on Ray's Whatnot show. So we're going to do a taste test in a little bit. But okay, wait,
I'm
I got so many things, so
I'm
many
a little
things.
disappointed that I'm not there because I love Doritos.
Oh, well, I'll send you some. Well, you get on Ray's Whatnot show. Oh, I have it here. I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to put down in the chat. There is a link to Ray's Whatnot channel. Ray does Great shows. So click on that link, go over, bookmark every single show that he has. And Saturday nights is his main night. He sells like really great electronics that he finds. That's like his main thing is electronics, but he also does is part of a like a garage sale raid train. Well, actually, he's like one of the main hosts of the garage sale raid train on Thursday nights with all of our friends, Kristen and Roll Squirrel, Angie Resales, Coco Loves Life, Joe and Nicole from I'd Flip That. All of those folks are on those raid trains. So go over. Yeah, and then Ray says he'll make sure to have some for sale. Where I lost where all my links were. Or there they are. To Vicky is why am I not seeing because I am so far behind. He'll make sure to have some on Saturday if you guys want to catch Ray's show. Everything from Mexico is better. Including Ray. Raz is here. Next thing we know, you'll camp overnight in the on their front lawn and hold a tailgate party. See, I'm getting beat up. Yes, blessings to you being a teacher. Brian
thank you.
was also a teacher as kind of after he had got out of the Navy. Then he was a teacher for kind of like his civilian career, I guess we will say.
Thanks, Brian.
And yes.
And thank you for your service.
Vicky says hi too.
Oh, hi, Vic.
Too.
That's
Vicky
my
is
other
watching.
Vicky. Vicky and I have been friends since junior high. So I have my
now. Here, this is Chris. This is our good friend, Chris Cajun Reseller. Can we get a video of Susan teaching Ken how to craft? Now,
I don't think I have to teach you. I hear you're pretty crafty.
I am a crafty. I got skills. Now, I'm not going to be able to make a quilt. I don't have the sewing. I would love to know to be able to sew. That is a skill. Jill even bought me an embroidery sewing machine, one of those ones that's like computerized and you can put graphics into it and make all of that stuff. But I'm a crafty guy. Right up here, most all of this stuff back here is craft stuff. I think one of those that I'm pointing to is my glitter collection that I have.
I do not have a glitter collection.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble too.
I don't do glitter.
Next thing you know, I'll have a new name. I'll be like Glittery Ken or something like that.
Roman
is here. Roman is here. I am still sleeping. Hello, everyone. Well, wake up, Roman. It's time for lunch. There was a time when you were not allowed to eat Doritos in the same room where I was because they smell so bad. Until my daughter started making taco dip. The only way my mother will eat Doritos is with taco dip. Carolyn is here. Good to see you, Carolyn. Hi, Ken, and hello, Jill. Oh, yeah, I did see. I skipped. Jill is here. Where did she first come in? Hey, Brian and Tracy. She is here. I did see, because the comments all of a sudden were just like, boom.
Yeah.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Jill.
See, oh, hey, Ken. See, that's what I get. Yeah. It's a rough life over here. It's a rough life. But I found enough glitter in storage units to last me a lifetime. Yes, and all you got to do is open up one container, and you will have glitter for a lifetime. It's everywhere, all over the place, all the time. SSK Sparkles. See, I'm done. Well, Susan, we need to get to this part of the show because my lunch is getting cold.
Mine is too.
Yeah, I'm behaving today because I'm afraid of Jill. So let us find out right now. What is Susan having for lunch? Susan, what'd you bring today?
I'm having one of my favorite like frozen type meals. And
yes.
I'm not sure. I think it might be Stouffer's that does this. It's Devour.
Okay.
Yeah. And today I'm having white cheddar mac and cheese with bacon. So this is one of my favorites. And then also the Alfredo one that they have.
I've had some of the Devour stuff before, and it is pretty good.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go right now. Sticker pack going out to anybody. SSK promo sticker pack going out to anybody that knows what I'm having for lunch today. Bacon is always good. It's it's not Kraft though. That says Chris.
It's not craft.
Big Time Flips is here as well. Ken's hoarding all the glitter. Yes, there was a glitter shortage, and it's all right back here. Jack's Treasure says mac and cheese. What's that? Something like Jack and cheese. Yes. Well, Brendan is right. I am having Doritos, but I'm gonna have to go back here, probably in Jack's Treasure. I am having my bowl. This is my bowl. This is my bowl that I eat everything out of. It's like a big mixing bowl. You know, it has the little portion pack.
Yeah.
I eat my cereal. I eat my soup. I eat everything. But I am having the Kraft macaroni and cheese today. Oh, except it is the... Look at this big, huge box. Jill, all of a sudden, Amazon delivers a package to my house. I'm like, I didn't order anything. I open it up and it was like, it sang, you know, lights shot out of it. There was confetti cannons going off. The Kraft Mac is the Easy Mac. And so anytime, boom.
I don't like Easy Mac. It's too runny. Anytime I do something like that, I feel like it's too runny.
Okay. We don't need that kind of nonsense on this show. It's just blasphemous. And but yeah, we're gonna eat. Heck yeah, sticker pack. Brendan was right too. Hey everyone, I'm having oxygen for lunch. Those Devour meals, man. Look at this chat. This chat is just flying by here. I'll send Ken an SSK Sparkles, all the glitter that I find from now on. I'm having oxygen for lunch. No calories in that. That's right. So let's eat a little bit.
Okay.
So
yeah.
You do just the Kraft mac and cheese with the Easy Mac. Just a little dash of salt and pepper in there, just to give it a little. I'm gonna start one of those like ASMR channels. Oh, I forgot. I eat all my meals. I forgot. See, my mother is crafty too. My mother made these these
Are those man bibs?
They're anybody bibs, but this one is here. I'll show it a little closer. This one has Star Wars on it.
Oh, awesome!
Some stormtroopers, some Darth Vader, some ships on there.
My husband needs one of those. I don't know if he's watching or not, but he needs one of those.
So I'm gonna put my bib on to eat my lunch today. I let Teresa cook the noodles last night, so we had Kraft mac and mush.
Mushy bananas, mushy.
Yeah, are you sensing a theme?
Yeah.
Are you sensing a theme over there at the Grams and Pops Vintage household? Hey, great callback too there. Susan watches the Reseller Clickbait podcast. She's subscribed and she hits that thumbs up and she comments. By the way, Susan, hope you had a great birthday last week. Was it your birthday last week?
No, my birthday's in December, but if we can celebrate me.
We can celebrate.
I had a half birthday last week. June 2nd would have been my half birthday.
Well, we'll celebrate that. We'll have a little bit of lunch. So how's your Devour right there?
So good.
Okay. So look on, you still got the package there. Look at, let's compare.
Okay.
How many calories are in a serving?
Oh, a lot.
Okay.
710.
Is that the whole box or is that the whole thing is probably the one serving size, right?
The one packet, one package is one serving size. Yeah.
Well, this one has, that's not that much because this they say there's 3 servings. There's supposed to be 3 servings in this, but it's really like 1 serving size. But it actually has, if you were to eat the whole box of this, it has 1,050 calories in that. So, hey, you're like eating health food over there with the Devour white cheddar mac and cheese. How much does a Devour cost? Do you know?
Oh, I just grabbed it at Dollar General. I don't know, like $3.50 or something maybe. I didn't pay attention.
Okay, and that just heated up in the microwave, so you're done.
Yeah.
This is, a box of Kraft mac and cheese is you got a little bit of, it's about $1.25. And you got a little bit of milk in there, you got a little bit of butter, you got, whatever. So it comes out, it's still less than $2.
And this comes with bacon. So you got some protein in there.
That's a game changer. That's a game. They don't have a dental plan, so the mushy cooking is. Oh, Jack forgot to tell me it was his birthday. Oh. Like it was Corey's birthday. Everybody shout out to Corey in the chat. It was his birthday on Monday.
Happy birthday, Corey.
The box has, wait a minute now. The box has the most flavor. Oh man, Kraft mac and cheese is the bomb. Angie is here. Hey, everyone. Perfectly blessed. Angie also on Whatnot. But this is fun. So anyway, we were started to talk a little bit earlier how you kind of you resell, but not traditionally like us on eBay and stuff. Now you make a lot of handmade, obviously handmade crafted and stuff, and you do craft shows. Do you ever sell like that stuff on like Etsy or any of the other platforms?
So we are on Bonanza. We haven't sold anything online.
Well, that's not right. You can talk to Corey afterwards about Bonanza. And it's not my birthday, Ken. So you're on Bonanza, but you haven't sold anything. Oh, yeah. Stop the show. Ping's here. Good morning, Ken and Susan and the chat. I just love me some Ping G is always here supporting every week. And so you said you have stuff listed on Bonanza, but you haven't sold anything on Bonanza.
Correct. Yeah. We tried to do Etsy, and I had gotten like one thing listed, and then all of a sudden, for no reason that I could tell, they suspended our account. And so I appealed it, and then they said they sent us an email, but we never got an email. I mean, we kept checking like spam. We never got an email about what to do next. And so now, because we didn't appeal it within 60 days, I think it said, we are permanently suspended from Etsy. So I still don't know what we did.
Really?
We never got an email, so I have no idea.
You weren't trying to sell like glittery bullets or ammunition or anything like that. You didn't have like a crocheted gun case that included the gun?
No, it was a pot holder. I mean, like, like for your stove, like to put a hot pan on.
You listed one item and got suspended on Etsy. And no recourse. You tried to get with them and couldn't get anything.
Yep.
Hey, Corey just sold a lava lamp. Oh, he sold a lava lamp for $120 on Bonanza. Nice. So there you go. Corey is the only person that actually sold something on Bonanza. I had to take a drink there. There is Mike. Oh, back to Go Snow. He's on the Go Snow account today, not Team Resell. Probably editing a video, or he's on the go right now and just checking in. Happy birthday to Bonanza also. Bonanza is celebrating their I don't know how long Bonanza's been on the air, but shout out to them. A bomb disco ball. Yeah, that's just kooky that you got Jill used to watch Bonanza with little every single episode. Little Joe seemed to get punched in the mouth. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that guy. He needed to straighten up his attitude, you know. But then Hoss he would come to Little Joe's rescue, you know, and he was
Mm-hmm.
a big old dude. Shout out to Dan Blocker, I think was Hoss on the Bonanza. That was a great show. That was a great show.
It was a good show.
Bonanza works better if you're elderly. People feel so. Yeah, I forgot to say, Susan is my baby cousin. She is well. We talked about this last night. You are not the youngest of my cousins on my dad's side, but because our uncle David had smaller children later in life,
Mm-hmm.
and they lived down in Florida, so we did not see them that often. But as far as kind of like we'll say local cousins or the cousins that I grew up with, that were all kind of in that same age bracket, Susan is the baby of all of us, and she had what I think we determined you're what, like 9 or 10 years younger than I am. What's the
Yeah.
difference between you and Judy? Judy is the next in line, right? As far
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
okay.
She's next. 13 years. She
So
actually turned 13 like 11 days after I was born.
really,
So
okay, so
yeah.
there was a long time
Mm-hmm.
in
Talk about
between.
speaking about a late in life baby.
Yes, right,
I was
right
I was
there.
I was a surprise.
My mom still watches Bonanza. Uh Susan, was nice to see you. Uh
No, that's not what she said. She said, "Was Ken nice to you?"
oh, was Ken oh, nice. See, I can't read. Uh okay, so let's get into that. Was Ken let's find out the dish. Ready? Go. Was Ken nice to you?
Ken was very nice to me. He always included me. He treated me like one of the gang, even though I was an annoying little kid. So he always talked to me, and he was always, he included me.
That's why I'm the seasonal Santa. I'm just, I have joy. I like to bring joy. Yeah. Yeah, you were a lot younger than us. We were done running around out in the backyard, playing Mod Squad with Judy by the time you were born. But so I said there earlier, I saw you the last about 6 months ago. Previous to that, what was it, like 10 years or something?
Well, I can the, the check is in the mail. It's I think it's going to be a hefty one too. Um, so it had been about 14 years, I think, because the last time I saw you was at my dad's funeral, I think. So it
Yeah,
had been, and he'll be gone 15 years this year in July.
15
So
years,
yeah.
yes. Which yeah, Uncle Fran, that's your father. My uncle was he was a a big man, and had a big presence and
Yep.
a big infectious laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Just fun. And he always called, here we go. Here's another name I should put anything. He always called me Ralph. Since I was born, he wanted my folks to name me Ralph. And my parents actually have a like a bracelet, a baby bracelet that he had made that said Ralph Harold Bill on it. And rather than Ken, he had Ralph. And my whole entire life, he called me Ralph. And it was just nobody else when we were around. I remember the one of the stories that always just cracks me up is Uncle Fran had bought some property, just like some land, old farmland or whatever, had a pond on it and stuff, and he took me out to see it. And we were there, and he said, "Hey, you can be my silent partner in this land." And he's like, "Do you know what a silent partner is?" Because I was just young. He's like, "Do you know what a silent partner is?" I was like, no. And he's like, that means you just stand there and shut up. And so, so I didn't get any interest in the property. Um, Susan has not got a Mr. Bill plush, but I will get her one for sure.
You
I
know,
think that
the Mr. Bill dog toys, my sister Leah always got those for her dogs.
uh-huh.
And her dog Ringo loved his Mr. Bill.
Yes, that's what yeah, they are dog. That's funny. The only way that you can seem to buy a Mr. Bill is as well like these. I don't think this one's working. But you squeeze them and they oh no, and
Yeah.
the animals, the pets just go crazy. I have a few of them here. I think the batteries have worn out.
Oh no. Oh no.
And Bama J Bird, Josh is here. Hey Ken, what's up everyone? Good to see you. My friend Josh from over at the Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast. Yeah, it was a great story. Yeah, definitely Uncle Fran missed for sure. Like I said, he was such a big presence. And when I say he was tall, what was he like 6'4", 6'5", or something?
He was 6'4", and by the time I came along, he was around 300 pounds or so. So he was 6'4", 300 pounds. And he had a big booming voice. So I never had to be spanked or anything because literally all he had to do was say my name and I stopped whatever I was not supposed to be doing.
Old Papa Bear.
Papa Bear, yes, his handle.
Back in the day when they did the CBs,
yes.
Did all the CB back in the like 70s and stuff. He was Papa Bear.
He was big into that.
And yeah, see, I was always the third tallest in the family because your brother, the oldest brother, or probably my oldest cousin on my dad's side of the family is your brother Boyd. And he was he's like 6'6".
He's 6'6", yep.
I think he's 6'6", and then there was Uncle Fran, and then there was me. I kind of like teetered around that 6'2" to 6'3", maybe just fractions over 6'2". That's before I got old. Now, somehow I've shrunk. I'm 6'1" at best, little, I think on any given day.
I don't think
it was.
I don't think Boyd has started shrinking. He might like to a little bit, but I don't think he has.
He is still looking up to him. Not only as his height, but just Boyd is one of the best, salt of the earth sort of guy, just military career in the Air Force.
Yep.
And everyone send Ken Wreck-It Ralph toys from now on. Yes, and Melissa is saying, I miss your dad, Susan. I would always get scared when he answered my calls to you.
That was probably pretty scary for a young person to call and have that particular voice answer the phone.
Exactly. And I was telling you the other day, my dad now, if you're not like looking that direction, my dad's laugh is your dad's laugh. When he laughs, and sometimes, it kind of catches you off guard. You have to look, have to catch into that. So anyway, you got kicked off of Etsy for selling illegal crafts. I don't know what that is.
For selling illegal crocheted, hot pads.
Let's see, but you are on Bonanza. Have you thought about trying to go to like an eBay, or even, we've been selling, Jill and I have been selling on Whatnot recently. And have you thought of that platform to try to sell? Because I know there's like handcrafted items that go really well.
I had not thought about either one of those actually. But now that you say, I mean, Etsy might be, not Etsy, eBay. The whole like having to put on a show on Whatnot. I don't know how entertaining I would be for doing something like that, but
oh, it would be great. I think you should do it. Yeah, at least Jill has been selling on that Whatnot. Ken, Well, oh, I want to talk about that. I'm gonna kind of go away from our conversation.
Yeah.
For those of you that follow us on Whatnot, Jill and I are doing a couple of really fun shows tomorrow night and Friday night. We go to a big citywide sale that we've been going to for 25 plus years. And I've only been a reseller for the last about 4 years or so. And so that kind of changed, how we were sourcing them. But we've always went there just to have fun and, find some good bargains. And just, we used to go like up on a Saturday. And then it got to be, oh, well, these start on Friday. Let's go Friday, Saturday. Then we got to backing it up to where we would kind of make a weekend out of it. We would go find something to do in the area or someplace close. We'd get a motel and then we stay there because it's easier to get up in the morning and just have to drive like 5 minutes to the sales than it is to get up and drive, hour and a half or whatever. Kristen is here. Ken is live. Yeah, see, Kristen, I told you, here I am live at a time that you're watching me. And I did tell Kristen yesterday, I said, let's eat lunch. That was on my thumbnail. Let's eat lunch because I didn't want to, step on toes for let's do lunch because that would have been great. That would have been a perfect title. Let's do lunch.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping, as everybody in the chat is, that someday Kristen and Angie Resells, Kristen Earl Squirrel, will bring back the Let's Do Lunch podcast that they did every Friday. It was fun. It was from a lady's perspective about reselling and how, and they'd have a lot of ladies from the community would be their guests. And so I didn't want to step on
Is
toes.
this the Kristen that was on the draft Monday night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Kristen and Angie, they were both on there.
Okay.
And
that was the first time I'd ever watched the draft. So
and yeah, that's always fun. Shout out to Ray and Paul Philly Flipper and Ray for Nashville Flippers. Coco is here. Coco loves life, and everybody loves Coco. Coco is just one of the sweetest, most kindest. What is the word? Kinderest.
Kindest.
She's one of the most kindest people. Yes. Yeah. Kristen loves to quilt. Back behind you. We talked about that. Well, why am I pointing? The quilt isn't behind me. That one, that's from Grandma Norman.
Yes.
The inspiration for Allegheny Roots, which is your website or your YouTube channel, and that's pinned at the top of the chat there. If everybody go click on that and give Susan a follow. It's a family affair. It's my family or my extended family that and they do crafting sort of videos. They might have tutorials. They might have product reviews. They might show places that they went on vacation and just all kinds of different content on there.
I've thrown a little bit of West Virginia history in there too. Family West Virginia history. So
first time that she ever watched the draft, but I'm sure she voted for Ken before when he was picking. Because just nod your head yes, Susan. Just nod your head yes.
Yes. That's included in my check, right?
It is. It is. When payment comes, do you Venmo? Do you take Venmo?
I do. I do take Venmo.
I can do that. Sorry for the autocorrect. Okay. Everybody's saying hi. See, look, Raz is digging on the Kraft mac and cheese from having some acid reflux. Tastes better, man. Brutal. The chat is brutal. Anyway, so Jill and I, Whatnot, Thursday and Friday. When we go to this citywide sale, we used to do a scavenger hunt where we would each make a list for one another and you had to like find all the items. And then the last couple years we've been doing a bingo format where most everything, Oh, are you going to sing the West Virginia country roads? Ready? Go.
Oh, that was fast.
West
Okay.
Virginia, Mountain Mama, Blue Ridge
Take me.
Mountain.
I can't sing the whole song, but
Oh, okay.
yeah. Take
Take
me
me
home
home,
to the
country road.
place
Oh, to the place I
I
belong.
belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. So
Yay, there we go.
that
Hey, that's a new thing. That's a new thing. Last week when I had Brian on from Jack's Treasures, I made him sing happy birthday to AZ Cats. John Kenver. Yes, that's my new name, John Kenver. I'll be doing an encore of Thank God I'm a Country Boy in my next video coming up. Okay. Whatnot show, Jill and I, Thursday night. The last few years, we've been doing a bingo format where we try to find things that we can embarrass each other with at the sites, at all the sales. And that's always been fun. But this year, we're going to incorporate Whatnot into the sales. So Thursday night, we are having a show. And let me see. Hey, Jill, are you able to find a link to the Whatnot and drop it in the chat? I would appreciate that. But Thursday night from the hotel room, while we're there, we're going to do kind of like a pre-show, a setup of what our rules are. It's called the Citywide Yard Sale Showdown. It's me versus Jill, and we're going to on Thursday night show. We're going to pick categories of things that we have to find at the sales on Friday when we're out in the morning, and we have to. So let's say, just randomly, let's say crafting supplies. Let's say crafting supplies was the category. She would buy something, I would buy something, and then on Friday night we're doing a Whatnot show. Now we'll do 10 categories, so we'll end up with like 20 items, and Jill will show her item from the crafting. I will show my item from the crafting, and then we'll open up the bidding, and whoever wins the bid gets to pick which item that they want, and that person gets a point. So every time I explain it, I always say how if Jill's item gets bought, she gets the point, but not this time. This time, okay, if everybody buys all my items, I will win. I need this.
you need this win.
I didn't have a good shower today. Shout out to Dan and Demand on that one. If you know, you know. We'll do that. I played that song driving back from FlipCon as I drove through the Blue Ridge Mountains. Brendan playing some John Denver, and Roman and Jill dropping out the links. That's Thursday night's show for the setup. Jill already won. Jill is a very good picker. Jill is great at picking, and we will see though. I'm going to bring it. Sometimes it's all about pitching the products on Whatnot too. I'm going to build mine up. I'm going to push Jill, off to the side of the camera. Anything I can get. And I'm sure if Jill wins, it'll be a technical victory.
Technical.
But it's going to be really fun. It's going to be fun for us to be out at the sales competing to find cool stuff. Maybe even we'll keep some of the stuff secret from one another. Like, oh, what did you get for this category? Well, you might not find out till showtime. Oh, Chris, don't say whose item it is until the bids are done to make it the.
Ooh. That's smart.
Jill and I, when we talk tonight, we're gonna talk about like some of the rules and stuff. Jill's not number one. Jill doesn't like rules, nor, and even more importantly, nor is Jill a rule follower. Jill will bend, break, okay, dare I say it, cheat. Just flat out cheat to win. And
So she's competitive.
she is competitive. Now, Jill is competitive up to the point. Jill is super competitive up to the point where she thinks she's not going to win, and then she quits. She's just done. It's like, which is usually like hole two if you're playing putt putt, or in any sort of thing.
I
Jill's gonna
feel
punk out.
I feel like that kind of happened on our vacation last week with my family.
Okay, what do tell.
So we always take a game with us, and my brother doesn't stay with us the whole time.
Okay, Jill wins the chat. Jill
She
wins the
does.
chat for today's
Yes.
show.
We always take a game with us, and my brother doesn't stay the whole time. He comes over on Friday. He only lives an hour from the Berlin area, so he thinks, why bother staying when I only live an hour from there? So
Yes.
he comes over, we order pizza, and this year we saved the game for the night that he was there. And
Okay.
he like played one round and then just stopped. He's like, I'm done. And he went but it was one of those games where you have to like, you're given clues and you have to guess stuff. And he was giving really funny answers from the couch watching TV, but he quit officially playing the game.
What was the game that you took?
It's called Dirty Minds. It's the cleanest.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but yeah, it's called Dirty Minds.
So yeah, there's a lot of innuendo and stuff
Mhm.
in that game. It's actually all clean topics and stuff, but it depends on how you read it and how you want to. My mother says I'm the one that used to quit football with your brother. Yeah, we would get out in the backyard, me and my older brother, and I would be done, and I would just quit and go in the house, and he would get so frustrated with me. Hi, Brian and Tracy. Sorry, I was off changing a diaper. Angie is on grandma duty today. Jill is an only child. I was not prepared for Ken's family. I surrender before I play. Yeah, because we're all game players. And if you're not betting on it, and not even necessarily money, it can be, oh, I bet you an ice cream cone, or my mom plays cards and games and Uno and that sort of stuff with my little niece, and they bet like candies. Like my mom will go to the candy dish, and get candies, and they'll, bet butterscotches and Twix bars and stuff like that. So
my dad tried to teach me to play poker once with pennies.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't do very well.
I learned how to play poker and stuff from all of my aunts, my mother, and my Aunt Sandy, my Aunt Joyce, all of them. They would all play cards, and it's like, oh man, I want to learn this. What are you doing? So all of my aunts taught me how.
Nice.
You could be one of 10. Jill, no one is prepared for Ken's family. This is true. This is true. We are a fun bunch. We're getting together this Sunday for Father's Day. So shout out to everyone for Father's Day this weekend.
Day. Yeah.
One time I think Judy was mad at me. Well, Jill, it's just common knowledge you don't trump your partner's ace. If you're playing euchre, come on, everybody knows that, right? So check us out on Whatnot Thursday night, Friday night, live from the hotel, and doing the sales from a big citywide of the stuff that we find is going to be super fun. And I need to eat some Doritos. I need to. Are you guys going to Wiener King? We are not, but Wiener King is the best. Shout out to Jimmy Smart Jeff over at the Wiener King. And see, my mother was in agreement. True that. You just don't trump a person's ace. Yeah. Never played euchre in my life. Ken made me join the family tourney. I trumped a race. The end. That okay. Part of our lunchtime thing here today. I've got these are just regular Doritos. But I got from my friend, if you weren't here earlier in the show, from my friend Ray over at Nashville Treasure or Nashville Flippers. And I do still have, don't have my own link. Look at that. This is what a cool friend I am. I don't have my own link for Whatnot up in the chat or up ready to go. But I have Ray, Nashville Flippers. Shout out to Ray and Dustin over there. But anyway, on Foodie Friday, was like a raid train on Whatnot, and they were doing food, all food items. So and Ray was just pitching how much better the Mexican Doritos are from American Doritos. So we're gonna try them. We're gonna do a taste test. Okay, I don't know. Susan, you weigh in on this, and the chat weigh in on this. If these are supposed to be better than these, which one should I try first? Should I
I think you
do
should
like
I
try
think
these and say, oh, that's really good, and then try these? Or will I get, the taste of one in my mouth? So Ray says try the Mexican first.
I mean, how recently have you had Doritos?
I haven't had like regular Doritos for a while. I don't usually buy like a lot of chips. I buy regular potato chips, but on these, special Whatnot shows.
I think I would eat the American ones first, then do a palate cleanser, like a bite of mac and cheese or something, and then try the Mexican ones.
Okay, I think that's probably the fair way to do it. That way I'll be able to say, oh, these are a lot better rather than, okay, so, and I'm sure that
sounds nice.
That's a pet peeve of mine. I cannot stand the rustling of a bag, especially like when you're at the movie theater and somebody, like buys a snack or a wrapper, and it's like, they're trying to be quiet.
And it's louder.
And it's like, if you just went.
Yep.
Listen to that sweet silence. Okay. So American, US, United States Doritos. Let's get in here. Let's find one with some good. Oh, I like the ones that are bent over too.
Yeah.
So this one has lots of good flavor on it. So here we go. And what I'm going to do is annoyingly crunch it really loud into the microphone.
That's actually not bad crunching. That's not bad. And Judy thinks they'll be the same, just a different language on the bag.
Okay. You know what that tastes like? A standard Dorito, nacho cheese. Hey, shout out to taco flavored Doritos. Usually if I buy a bag of Doritos, I buy the taco flavored ones.
Do you dip them in sour cream?
No, usually if I'm dipping those, it's going to be in like a cheese sauce, like maybe like a jalapeno cheese or something like that.
Try dipping it in sour cream sometime if you don't mind sour cream.
I love sour cream.
It's so good. So good.
Okay. Gas stations in Mexico have the best price. My mother said she thinks it'll be the same. Actually, WK has super cheap prices. Still the same menu board from the 70s. Yeah, the Wiener King. Don't open the bags too close together. The Mexican ones will try to get. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I'm sorry, Jill. Maybe Corey just won the chat right there. Corey might have won the chat for the day. Okay, so here we go. These are the Mexican.
Did you do your palate
Doritos.
cleanser?
I did. I had a little Coke Zero.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm gonna do.
Do they smell the same?
I'm gonna do is No, these actually have a little more. The Mexican ones have a little more of a spicy. I'm actually getting like when you eat some like jalapeno chips
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. I'm getting a hint there. So let's get one out of here. We're gonna do this one right here. A lot of these, I got a lot of small pieces in here, probably from the shipping process. Not that Ray didn't ship these well, but you know, the postal service. So this
Right.
one has lots of flavor on it. Now let's look at this. I'm gonna get out an American one here, and we're gonna look. This is an official review. I mean, they look about the same. So let's see the crunch. Yeah, definitely a spicier smell. Here we go. Okay,
I feel like we should have a
very
drum
good.
roll.
Very good. They definitely have a there it's a denser chip. It's the regular Dorito was more yeah, here's where I choke. Um Trying to get some of that stuff out of my mouth, but so I'm not smacking my lips the whole time. Okay. A denser chip, and definitely spicier. I would say you can see that it has more like, I don't know if you can see that, more spicy stuff on it. The chips, when I look in the bag here, the chips are a lot more coated with, you know how when you dig around in a Doritos bag and you try to find the ones with like all of the nacho cheese dust
Yeah.
on them? It's really good.
So
Yeah, these ones,
which one's better?
well, Susan, you can't just let the cat out of the bag right away. You got to
But
drag this stuff out
I'm not.
forever.
I'm not patient. I have to know.
So this, like these chips, the Mexican ones have a lot more flavory goodness on them than the American chips. But it is almost like a different chip altogether than what I'm used to or what I tasted in the regular Doritos. It is more of like a jalapeno chip flavor. Like if you were to get, you know, some Miss Vicky's kettle chips or something like that. But very good, very good.
They
If I were
sound
gonna,
incomparable.
well, they're different enough that they're not the same chip. Now, if I'm gonna finish my lunch right now and I'm gonna eat something, I'm going Mexican Doritos for the win. Mexican Doritos for the win today. And they're good stuff. They're good. I like it. I'm gonna have another. Entertain the people while I chew.
Oh, entertain the people. I mean, I could sing Five Little Ducks or something like that, you know. That's what I do for a transition time. You have to sing with little kids all the time.
Yeah. Oh, because you're a yeah, we didn't really talk about that much. You're a preschool or a pre-K teacher.
Mm-hmm. They keep me on my toes all day long.
Yeah, I would love to have some of that seasoning. I would have, Ping says, I would have guessed that the Mexican chip would be spicier than the American version. So Ray is right when he says that the Mexican chips are better than the American version. They are different enough that it's not a comparison, but right now, from my taste test, if the two bags were sitting side by side, I'm probably going to pick up the Mexican version because I love that spiciness that's on them. It's not a hot spicy. Very good. So scroll back up in that link in the chat there. Ray said he was going to have some in his show this Saturday. If you want to try some spicy Doritos from Mexico, that is you can hit up Whatnot, Nashville Flippers, pick some of those up. Or if you live like, I don't know, Ping, I don't know where you live. You're in California? Are you near like the Mexican border out there? You could pop over and grab some, or maybe your gas stations and stuff sell them. I don't know if you could even buy them around here. We do have a Mexican like store here that sells like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I should go check that
And
out.
you should. And Meyer has an aisle of like,
Oh, maybe they are there.
yeah, ethnic. I think
Of
I've
like that-
seen. Yeah,
The
like
ethnic
different
foods.
Yeah.
Like they have different, that's where you're going to find all the Chinese stuff, all the Mexican stuff, all the, yeah.
Yeah. But they even have like British stuff. So I mean they have like different stuff there in the aisle. So they might have them there.
Carolyn says, are the Mexican Doritos texture more like the salsa chips you'd buy in a restaurant? I wouldn't even say that they were like that. They were it was pretty much kind of the same chip, just a little denser. It wasn't as airy. It didn't have like it had more of a tougher bite to it than where like the regular Doritos, they would just like, sometimes regular Doritos, you go to dip them in the cheese sauce and they just break apart because they're thin. I don't see that happening with the Mexican version. Worst town in OC. World Market might have them. There are grocery stores that are geared towards different ethnic groups. Yeah, we have one of those. Myers or Walmart. Yeah, I'll have to look around. I'm definitely going to. Good call, Ray. Good call. That was a great purchase. A great purchase by me from Ray's Foodie Friday. Roman says he loves Mexican food. One of my favorite. Actually, was planning to go to a Mexican restaurant this weekend.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I love Mexican food.
I went the other night. We have a new place in town. Probably one of my top food, my top favorite food is seafood. Like seafood, like not like just regular fish, but like you would get at Red Lobster. You know, lobster, crab, shrimp.
Right.
Where are you at on this? Where are you at with seafood, or what's your favorite?
So I don't like shellfish, but I like, I like fish, but I don't like shellfish.
Susan.
My husband likes shellfish. You guys can go eat shrimp together.
Okay, very good. So what is your top like food? If you guys are going out to a restaurant, where do you gravitate for? What do you like?
So I love Italian food, but there's not a whole lot there for my husband. He has diabetes, so
Okay.
Italian's kind of out for him, and so the second is Mexican food, and he usually gets a fajita or something.
Okay.
And doesn't eat the shell, but
yeah.
So
I'm gonna say
we have a couple of really good Mexican restaurants over by us. So
the Mexican. If I choose, it's probably seafood first. I actually considered at one time getting like a second job just to be able to support like a seafood habit. And but heck, any more these days, I'd have to get a job as like the CEO of a company to be able to afford seafood. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then I think after that, my second favorite is Japanese steakhouse. I love to go to the Japanese steakhouse. Well, first of all, like the whole show with the knives and the the little guy peeing, on the guy, the cook always has that thing, or he does that, the little thing, he spin the egg around and go, oh, egg roll, and their little jokes and all of that stuff.
So
but we go to.
I've never been to a Japanese steakhouse.
Oh, really? It
Yeah.
is very, very. You should go just for the. And everybody, tell me if I'm right in the chat. Everybody needs an onion volcano in their life, at least, at least once. You're gonna have to have an onion volcano.
That doesn't sound promising for the
It's
digestive
great.
tract.
Where the chef will cut like this onion up, and then he stacks it all up on one of all the rings. He stacks them up. It looks like a little cone or a little. Then he pours like some like wasabi or something like that in there, and then lights it on fire
Oh,
on the griddle, and it just like
wow.
it's fun.
Well, sounds like a
Um,
good show.
I enjoy the all you can eat sushi restaurants. Never got into sushi though.
I tried
Uh,
it. I don't like it.
can check Linda's Facebook post today. She found an AYC crab leg place, not Pickle Bill's. Have you ever been to Pickle Bill? Oh, you don't like the seafood, so you never been to Pickle Bill's up by the lake.
I've never even heard of it.
Yes, warm sake squirting at the hibachi, and then where the cook does the stuff, and then he like will flip a piece of. Look, I still got my bib on.
You do?
He will flip my bib from lunch. He will flip like broccoli and like all the way around the table. He'll like flip it. You gotta catch it in your mouth, and it's just a whole show. It's fun. But where I was going with that, shout out to Hibachi Dash. Hibachi Dash is a new place here in my town that just opened up like a week or two ago. It's like takeout Japanese steakhouse food. And I had some the other night. It is high quality stuff. It's like basically you were getting it after, it wasn't like fast food quality, but it's kind of they do have a few tables or whatever that you could sit at in there, but it's
I
mostly
saw
built for takeout.
I saw that restaurant on Facebook last night.
Yeah. Two
So,
thumbs up.
all right.
I would recommend it. We got one in Cleveland. They're unlimited crab legs and shrimp. Ooh, Roman, let's schedule a dinner. Jill and I will come up and we will go to that. Ashfield Becker's Snowcraft for what? Now we're just talking about food, but it is lunch. That's what
It
we're
is
having
lunch. It's the lunch show. So
and we're a little over an hour. What kind of things did we not cover that people need to know about my cousin Susan? What do we need to know?
well, we talked briefly about me teaching preschool. I've been doing that for like 25
Yes.
years. So that's ingrained in my identity, I think. And then I think the only thing we didn't talk about Allegheny Roots related was we do have a booth at a craft store now. So
Very cool.
yeah, we were pretty excited. We moved into that mid-April. No,
Okay.
yeah, mid-April, I think. And that's in Cardington. So it's called Audrey Jane's Place. And so people can go shop Allegheny Roots anytime they want to there physically
Yes.
instead of having to wait for us to be at a craft show. So
Yeah. And the craft show season is more towards the fall, right? More towards that fourth quarter. People are buying a lot of Christmas gifts, a lot of Christmas crafts.
that's the
that's
time.
exciting.
Yeah, that's the time when there are spring craft shows, but you don't do as well at those. And
Yeah.
I hesitate to say that we do well anyway. I mean, it's more of just an outlet for our crafting because you can only make so much stuff before it starts building up. But
True. And then if something doesn't sell, or, just like with our like the reselling that most of us in the chat do, everything goes through trends. And one day this is the hottest thing. And actually, it's funny. I was telling somebody last year that going to the craft shows, the early craft shows, those ones that are in like end of September, October, that are getting built up, you can see trends of what people are going to want in that Christmas season,
Hmm.
uh, of the different types, like maybe a couple years ago, it's like everybody was making stuff that was owls, that had owls on it. Everything
Hmm.
was owls. Um, Last year, I think I noticed a lot of the gnomes. A lot of people did.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did some gnome stuff, right?
Yeah. Alice made some gnomes. Um, they're really
And
cute too.
yes, you might see. Oh, yes, Corey, let us know. Uh,
Oh,
Corey has his court case today for the big transformer scam that he was involved in.
good luck
He
to you
was
guys, Corey.
he was the scammed, not the scammer.
Right.
Which I know you're saying, no way. How could that happen? You know.
I
Um,
watch Grams and Pops YouTube channel. So
yeah, they are fun. Corey and
yeah.
Teresa, just their banter back and forth,
Hmm.
and they're just they are fun. And Corey's a good guy to talk to. We talk on the phone quite a bit. These marathon conversations where we get nothing done but talk about food, it seems like most of the time. And then like the last 5 minutes of the conversation, we go, "Oh, what should we talk about on the podcast?" I don't know. We went to some yard sales. That's great. And that's what we end up with.
I mean, we've been
But
talking about food here today.
this is
So
true.
I see a
That's
trend.
just what happens. Maybe it's me. Maybe I steer the conversation. But yeah, that reselling, going to the craft shows. Now you have a booth at a craft store to
Hmm.
sell your goods. Like a lot of folks that are doing the reselling on eBay and stuff, they also have like at the antique stores and stuff. They
Oh
have
yeah.
booths at the antique stores, and so you are doing uh you're kind of doing the same thing, only you're having to handcraft all of the items, which makes it a little more personal, which makes it, that it's crafting is time consuming.
Hmm.
I know Jill does a lot of repurposing stuff. Like she'll take, t-shirts and then put them on denim jackets and things like that, and just all kinds of different repurposing crafty stuff.
Those are really cool. The
And
like the jackets she makes.
we're actually going to try to do a whatnot show of just all Jill repurposed, recrafted items. And then yeah, we'll touch back then. So you are a preschool teacher,
Hmm.
which is, man, that's got to be challenging
It is.
because
It can be.
I mean, some days you probably feel that you're just a glorified babysitter, I would imagine. I think you said the other day it's like herding cats all day.
Herding cats, yeah, especially at the beginning of the school year. So, but I only have kids for half a day. I have a
Uh-huh.
group in the morning and I have a group in the afternoon. And, we do have curriculum things that we need to get in those, you know, less than 3 hours time. And
Yes.
it can be challenging, but the kids are a lot of fun. And I see a lot of aha moments at that
Uh-huh.
age. And you just see them grow so much from September to May. And it's really rewarding to
Yes.
work with that age because I'm certified to teach or I'm certified to teach through third grade. And I've had many
Okay.
people ask me, why do you stay in preschool? Why have you ever thought about teaching first or second?
Yeah.
And no, I mean, not really. I really, really enjoy that age. It's just a lot of fun. Sometimes I feel like maybe I'm getting too old for that age, but
Ah, no,
there are
no, no, no,
days.
not. Back when I grew up, every teacher was old. It seemed like, I remember my kindergarten teacher, that lady was on retirement age already. But no, I would put that up. I would put up that pre-K teacher as probably the most important of the grades. And because it is a lot of, probably most all of these children, their first experience of being away from mom and dad,
Mhm.
of having to go, do something all day, and then just teaching them the basic skills,
Yeah.
don't hit that. You shouldn't hit. Don't bite
Right.
that kid. You should share your toys.
Yeah.
1+1 is 2. I don't know
Yeah.
how much. Do you do like any of those like reading and math and that sort of curriculum, or is it mostly coloring and shapes and stuff like that?
No, we do a lot of vocabulary building, um, letter recognition, letter sounds. Um,
There,
and
look at this. Yeah, the brain is as strong as its weakest link. Yep.
so, I mean, we really do lay a foundation for, future learning. And
Yes.
I've been doing some online professional development that I have to have finished by Friday. And
Yeah.
it's all been on the science of reading and what that looks like at the pre-K level. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, very, very fun, and I'm sure it can be fun doing little track. Okay, Susan,
yeah.
there's only 17 people watching right now, and half of
Oh,
them are my family and your family.
yeah.
So, yeah, do you ever get that one kid in your class, even though they're preschool, and that you just go, this kid's doomed. He's doomed. He's not gonna. It's not gonna be a good life for him. Okay. Yeah, hold up the talking stick. I'm
Yeah.
talking now.
No, I do have concerns for some little friends. Yes.
Raz says he once got kicked out of class while reciting a novel entitled Why I Hate This Class. Principal added 6 pages himself and got me transferred to a less boring teacher. Yes, props to Susan for doing the grind for sure. Yes, great answer. No answer sometimes is the great answer. Um, but yeah, that's I think most people are in agreement. Teachers are so underpaid and so undervalued, and so because they are the ones through their whole career that shape these kids, and not only just the textbook. You can teach anybody math, you can teach anybody English, or tell them about history to learn, but to shape the kids and to be an influence on them. That we found that out with Jill's father, who was a teacher for his whole career. And when we started to do the 5K that we did to honor him and for mesothelioma,
Hmm.
the amount of people that came back, that had graduated 20, 30 years ago, that came back and said, hey, Mr. Waite was such an influence on me, that I went on and I pursued this, or I did that. And so the teachers are just very undervalued, very underappreciated sometimes. And
Hmm.
and as Jack had said there, that it's a calling, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
because really, I mean, you're not going to sign up for some of that abuse that you take. And then there's the bureaucracy of the
Oh, yes. Yep.
administration and blah blah blah. I'll say the things that you can't say,
There you
Susan.
go.
You can just do that again, and I'll blast everybody.
Yeah.
So
It is very rewarding. I think it's a calling. I was listening to an interview with John Schneider the other day. I grew up loving the Dukes of Hazzard, and
with
John
yeah,
Schneider was
Bo
my
Duke.
favorite. Yeah. And he
Yes.
was talking about how something is your calling. He said I feel like people probably know what their calling is when they're about 4 years old. And that blew
Yeah.
me away, because I've known since I was 4 that I wanted to be a teacher. And I hadn't
Yeah.
even been to school yet, because I didn't go to preschool, but I've known since I was 4 years old that I wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah. That's and what do you think that where do you think that came from? I mean, why did you always want to educate?
I
What
don't
were the
know.
signs when you were that young that you wanted to teach?
I don't know. It's just kind of always been this thought to me that I wanted to teach. And then I have been described as the female version of Mr. Rogers.
Oh, okay.
So,
My
and Mr. Rogers was a big influence on me in my young years, my
yeah.
early childhood years, because I loved watching Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
I think Judy did not appreciate having to watch Mr. Rogers sometimes, but I really, that's, and I just
Yeah.
maybe it came from watching him. I don't know,
Okay.
but
Well, I thought maybe it was because you change your shoes and put on a sweater every day when you come into class. Maybe that's why they thought you were Mr. Rogers. Oh, speaking when you said that Judy didn't like to watch Mr. Rogers or whatever, and I'm assuming that's because she was watching you and she had to watch it on TV every day.
yeah.
I am a huge Star Trek fan.
Hmm.
And I owe that to Alice.
Oh, okay.
To your older sister Alice. Because Alice was my babysitter
Hmm.
when we were young, and she would watch Star Trek. It just happened to be on at that time during the day whenever she was babysitting us, and whether you liked it or not, she was the babysitter, so you had to
Right.
watch what she was turning the channel on. Yeah, you could squawk and squeal about it, but Alice wouldn't. She wouldn't want to be. She wasn't taking any of that. And so, yeah, I am a Star Trek fan because growing up watching those episodes that Alice made us watch. So,
So Judy would watch General Hospital sometimes when she was watching me.
yes,
So I know
that's
all
another
about
one.
I know all about Luke and Laura.
Luke and
And
Laura's wedding. Yes, that's Alice as well. I know that pulp culture reference of Luke and Laura's wedding because of Alice.
yeah. And then
100%.
Judy also likes Star Trek. And so when I was a teenager, I spent a lot of time at Mark and Judy's house. And
Uh-huh.
by then, Star Trek The Next Generation had come out. And so
Okay.
I started watching The Next Generation. So that's my favorite Star Trek. Captain Picard's my favorite
Yes.
captain. So
Yeah, I like all of them. I like every series. I've watched them all. But see now when it gets to the conversation where you're just talking about Star Trek and what TV shows you grew up, it's probably time
it's time to wrap
to end
it
it.
up.
So Susan, very fun to have you on today. Very
It was
fun
fun.
to
Thank you for having
hear
me.
a little bit to find out what you what you were actually having for lunch. Susan had the Devour white cheddar with bacon, macaroni and cheese.
Mhm.
Of course, went Kraft. Shout out to Ray. Go to his Whatnot on Saturday night, buy some Mexican Doritos, and check Jill and I out on Whatnot tomorrow night, and then Friday, from live from the hotel as we do our shows.
I need to set a
from
calendar
there.
reminder.
Oh yeah, there we go, Jill. That's a good one. Have Susan back on the show to show us some of the things that you make for
That
your
would be
crafting.
fun. Yeah,
We
that would
should
be
do
fun.
that. Yeah, as we get because I'm sure during the summer is your busy time to craft because you're off school.
Yeah.
And then you have time to do more of those projects, and then you're building up for those fall sales. So
Yep.
yeah, we will check in definitely with you like end of summer or sometime when you have a break there right before you're doing some of the sales.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, Archie Biscuit Butt is always late to the party. If you're just getting here, Luke and Laura, see Carolyn knows. Carolyn knows Luke and Laura. Awesome show. Have a great summer, Susan.
Thank you.
And Susan, as always, I like to give my guests the second to last word because we all know that I can't shut up at the end. So I'm gonna make you big here, and you can say whatever you want to say to the folks.
Okay, well, thanks everybody for watching today. I had a lot of fun being here, and thank you to Ken for having me on. And I hope everybody has a really good rest of the week. And a happy Father's Day.
Oh, yes. Very good. Again, appreciate everybody showing up, and we will see you next week. Next week, or I'll be back to a regular show. I'll be listing stuff. Oh, and I might be ready. I didn't tease this, but I had said something about some pretty exciting news that I got, and I think that Monday it's going to start to come around, and I'll explain maybe a little bit more of that on Wednesday. Once I see if it works out, because I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it and something not work out, or bring it up and then go, oh well, I couldn't. That didn't happen. Enjoyed Susan as a guest.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Archie was late because he was cleaning up after his date with Roman. Enjoy your time off, Susan, my mother says.
Thanks.
And wait, what did Raz say? I gotta find out. Funny thing was, I got an honorable degree on music from my alma mater after conducting 13 symphony concerts in order to build a school for the performing arts.
Oh, that's
very
awesome.
Cool.
That's very
That is very cool. Well, I think I'm gonna leave that comment up, and we are going to end. We are going to end right there. So have a good week, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow and Thursday. Susan, we will see you in the chats and around, and hopefully not 6 months from now.
Right.
In person.
Exactly.
So.
Yes.
All right. Have a good week, everyone.